Hello, students. Welcome back to the science class. So, today we are going to start a new chapter, Skeletal and Nervous System. I'm really excited. Aren't you excited? So, let's begin. In the first concept, we will discuss about human skeleton and its functions. Children, before we start, let me tell you that there are many systems in our body like circulatory system, nervous system, respiratory system, digestive system, skeletal system, and muscular system. And in every grade, you'll be studying about one or more systems in detail. Like today, we are going to discuss about skeletal and nervous system. Children, as we all know that everyone is different. We have different skin colors, hair colors, body shapes, and sizes. But we all look alike from inside. If you could peek inside your own body, what would you see? Yes, we could see hundreds of bones, miles of blood vessels, and trillions of cells, all of which are constantly working together, doing all kinds of different things. As you can see in this picture, that your body organs are working continuously, and each and every part of your body is very, very important for you. Children, now let us just start with the skeletal system. In this picture, you can clearly see how our skeleton looks like, and this structure is same for all the individual. So first we should know what is skeletal system. Dear children, it is actually the framework of bones that gives shape, support, and strength to the body. I repeat, the framework of bones that gives shape, support, and strength to the body is known as skeletal system. And an adult human skeleton has 206 bones of different shape and sizes. So, children, now let me tell you about some facts. Do you know that the smallest bone in the body is found in the ear and it is known as stirrup or stapes, whereas the longest bone is in the body is the femur, which is present in the thigh. Dear children, the bones are filled with jelly-like material called bone marrow, which makes red and white blood cells. And you will be surprised to know that over half the bones of our body are present in our hands and feet. So, are isn't all these facts interesting? Are they interesting? Yes, they are. Now, let me also tell you that as you grow, your bones also get taller. Your bones also grow, and with the like when you were born, your bones were very small, and as you are growing, your bones are also growing. Children, when you were born, your skeleton had around 350 bones, but By the time you became an adult, you will only have around 206 bones. You know why? This is because as you grow, some of the bones join together to form one single bone. So some of the bones they fuse together to form one single bone. Okay, so these were some facts, children. I hope you found it interesting. And now let us just discuss about the parts of skeleton. Children, human skeleton is divided into four parts: the skull, backbone, rib cage, and the limbs. As you can see in the picture, children, it is very much clear in the picture. You can see each and every part of the human skeleton. Now let us discuss about each part in detail and how many bones are there in each part. Dear children, first let us start with the skull. As you can see in the picture, the human skull consists of total 22 bones, out of which 8 are the cranial bones and 14 facial bones. Children, the cranial bones protects our brain, okay, and children, all these bones in the skull are fixed except the bones in the lower jaw that can move, and you can easily feel that. This part of this lower jaw is also known as mandible. Children, because we can move our lower jaw, we are able to eat and speak. It enables us to eat and speak. So you have to remember that all the bones in the skull are fixed. Only the lower jaw can is movable. Okay. So I hope till here it is clear to you all, children. Now let us discuss about the next part of the skeleton, the backbone or the spine. Dear children, the skull is attached to the backbone or the spine, which as our backbone is known as spine also. And our backbone is made up of 33 small bones called the vertebrae. And these vertebrae join together to form a strong column, which is known as vertebral column. Children, between each vertebrae is cartilage, which keeps the bones from rubbing against each other, which protects the bones from rubbing against each other. So, children, I hope till here it is clear to you all that our backbone is made up of 33 small bones and they join together to form a long column called the vertebral column or the spine. Children, you can see in the picture how flexible our backbone is. We can easily move forward and backward. Okay, you can even try this. Children, each vertebrae has a hole through which the delicate spinal cord passes, as you can see in the picture. Okay, so and this spinal cord, when it passes through the vertebral column, it is protected by this vertebral column. So the spine or our backbone protects the delicate spinal cord. You have to remember this. Children, I hope it is clear to you all. And spinal cord is nothing but the bundle of nerves which arise from the lower part of the brain and connects our brain to all the body parts. So you have to remember this that the spinal cord is just the bundle of nerves. Now let us discuss about the next part of the skeleton, which is the rib cage. Children, Ribs are basically the thin, flat, and curved bones, and it protects our heart and lungs from knocks and bumps. You can easily feel your rib cage, and your heart and lungs are protected with this rib cage. Okay, and children, your rib cage is made up of 12 pairs of ribs or 24 ribs. So you have to remember this, that your rib cage is made up of 12 pairs of ribs or 24 ribs. You can easily see in the picture and you can count it as well. Children, a long bone at the center of the chest called the sternum, this one, it holds the ribs at front. Okay, and the ribs are also attached to the backbone. But children, the last two pairs of the ribs, they are only joined to the backbone but not to the sternum. That is why these two pairs of ribs are known as floating ribs. You have to understand this, that the last two pairs of the ribs, they are joined only to the backbone but not to the sternum. So they are known as floating ribs. You can easily see this in the picture. Now, let us discuss about the next part of the skeleton, which is the limbs. Children, our skeleton has two pairs of limbs, forelimbs and or the arms, and hind limbs or the legs. Dear children, the arms are attached to the shoulder girdle or pectoral girdle, and it has one long bone which is known as humerus and two small bones which are known as radius and ulna. Children, these terms are very much new to you all, so you have to listen to it carefully and remember that. The wrist and fingers have several small bones, children. On the other hand, the bones of the hind limbs are attached to the hip girdle. Okay. And the long bone of the leg is called femur or thigh bone. And this is the longest bone in our body, as we have discussed earlier also. And the lower bones of the legs are tibia and fibula. So I hope it is clear to you all, children. And you should just go through the video again and again so that you remember these terms. Okay. Now, coming to uh, the bones present in the foot and the hand, children, let me just tell you that each foot has 26 bones in total, and there are three types of bones present in the foot. They are known as tarsals, metatarsals, and phalanges. Similarly, each hand has 27 bones, no, and they are divided into metacarpals, carpals, and phalanges. So, our foot and hand has nearly more than half of our total bones. So, children, you should remember this. Now, children, this is all about the parts of skeleton. Now, let us discuss about the functions of the skeletal system. The most important function is that it protects our vital organs such as brain, heart, and lungs. Then it gives us shape that we have. Without it, we would have just been a blob of blood and tissue on the floor. Okay, children, even it allows us to move, and because our muscles are attached to our bones, when our muscles move, they move the bones as well, and we also move. So it helps us in movement. Children, inside the bone, we have bone marrow, and which helps in the formation of red blood cells. So these were some of the functions of the skeletal system. Children, that's all for today. We have completed this concept. Now, just try to answer the question given in the next slides to test your own knowledge. The first question is, how many bones does an adult have? Then we have, how many bones does a newborn baby have? Then, which is the longest bone in our body? Then, which is the shortest bone in our body? And the last one, what are the main parts of the skeletal system? So, children, that's all for today. Thank you so much. See you all in my next class. Till the time, have